Hey guys, before we get started, I just want to pop in and say thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, don't forget to follow BS with Tommy and Wes on social media, as well as Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and wherever you get your podcasting fix. Links for everything I just mentioned are in the description below. Now on to the episode.
Welcome to BS with Tommy and Wes. Turn it up. Frequencies align.
Good morning and welcome on this beautiful Monday to another episode of BS with Tommy and Wes. As always, I am Wesley Crane and I am here with my illustrious cohort, Tommy! But before we get started, I'd just like to say to all the moms out there holding it down, hope you had a fantastic Mother's Day. You guys deserve it.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, we're a little rusty here. We got to switch it up now. It's not morning anymore.
It's not morning.
It's not.
It's the afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Afternoon. Oh my goodness.
So, have you had anything interesting go on lately?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I clipped my toenails. Yeah, that was nice.
It's a big step for you.
Oh yeah, dude. Anytime I start to feel my toenails, actually, anytime I do a lot of walking. We're actually walking right now.
We are.
We're walking right now. We are kind of circling around the very lovely Regal Warren Theater here in Broken Arrow, right down the street from our homes.
Yes.
But no, it's whenever I start to feel like my toenails kind of like clip the top of my shoes, I know it's time.
I know it's time.
I know it's time. But yeah, we do these. It's afternoon now. It is the afternoon. Also, gotta say, as of the time that we are recording this today, unfortunately, also on Mother's Day.
Yes.
We have lost a legend.
We have.
We lost a legend.
It's sad.
We lost a real one. We lost the legendary, the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu. Man, I'll tell you what, bro. Like, Rob Van Dam's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yep.
He's my favorite wrestler. Watching him and going back and watching his stuff and then seeing Sabu and being like, oh my God, I think that's the first time in my life I ever saw a real motherfucker. So,
Dude, I have memories of watching Sabu back in like 1999. I don't remember what event it was, but I remember my dad working an ECW event at one point.
yeah.
And he brought home a bunch of little action figures, and he brought home a Hardcore Heaven tape. And I remember watching that until it stopped working.
Yeah. No,
But-
dude, oh man. So going back and being able to watch Sabu was like so cool because like, oh man, I wish I could see this guy now. And then around that, like, not too long later, WWE started to do the revamped ECW.
Yeah.
But before, like, leading into that, it was a lot of older ECW guys coming in and getting to see Sabu like wrestle John Cena like in an Extreme Rules match on
Wow.
fucking Monday Night Raw was crazy. Especially because like this is also started to be the time where everybody hated John Cena.
Listen,
And seeing Sabu come in and just drop the fucking leg drop on him through the table. Oh, it was beautiful. Love Sabu.
listen. I know he's not like the greatest human being in the world, but Vinnie Mac had some brilliant moments.
Vinnie Mac.
Just saying.
Vinnie Mac.
But yeah, like you said, we are circling the Warren Theater here where right up the street where we live. I actually got to see a movie that you have been just
Jerking off.
really pushing for me to go see. You're like, you gotta go see it.
Mouth orgasms about this movie.
So I went and watched it, and that movie is Sinners.
Yes.
You asked me before we started recording, you're like, all right, just give it to me. 1 out of 10. And what did I say?
Said 10.
Said 10.
Hit him with the old Ty Dillinger.
Listen, this is the first time I'm gonna say this out loud.
Okay.
I think I watched my favorite movie.
You think this is it?
I think this is my favorite movie.
Favorite movie? You have an
Yes.
answer now?
I think I have an
Oh,
answer.
buddy. Well,
This is my favorite movie.
nice to meet you. Welcome to the
There you
club.
go. Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah, man. You know what? I'm not going to argue a single bit with you because I told you when I watched this movie, I was like, this movie's really fucking good. You have to watch it. And you were like, oh, is it that good? I was like, brother, movie of the decade.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it's going to be my favorite movie or my most enjoyable movie, but watching it, I think it might just objectively be the movie of the decade.
So I gave it 10.
Yes.
There are a couple things that I have qualms with, I should say. I already mentioned one of them to you earlier. The ending.
Yeah, because technically, like, look, there's no such thing as a perfect movie.
No.
There will never be, like, just like in wrestling, there's no such thing as a perfect match.
Right.
Like, everything's gonna have issues. But it's still kind of a perfect movie.
It's still kind of a fucking perfect movie.
you know?
So watching it at the Warren, I saw it on one of their biggest screens.
Yeah.
Not in a balcony, but we were like second to last row.
Okay.
Fantastic seat. I just think that big of a screen kind of washes some of the color out.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to see the saturated blacks that I feel like are in that movie. I immediately wanted to watch it again.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Like, I would have sat through a second showing.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm hesitant to say that may have pushed Michael B. Jordan into my favorite actor spot as well.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We did talk, like, I didn't mention on this podcast how, like, Michael B. Jordan is becoming like him. Like, he is a phenomenal actor. I don't think I would go that far, though.
I will go that far simply based off of the fact that in this film, he plays two different characters
Yes.
with two different personalities while being the same personality. Does that make sense?
I get it.
Like, when you're that close with your brother,
Yeah.
but each brother has their own individualness,
Right.
their own individuality.
Right.
Like, he played them both perfectly.
Correct.
That's insane to me.
It's an Oscar-worthy performance. But I gotta say, like, I think I told you this on the last episode too. The guy that plays our cousin,
Yeah.
kind of steals the show for me. Him and the lead antagonist,
Okay.
they kind of steal the show. Especially because that cousin, it's his first movie.
Yeah.
His first ever movie, which is crazy. So
I mentioned it to you, and if anybody listening has an answer, I would love to hear. Please let us know. I asked if his voice was real, or was that ADR? Was that done after the fact?
I don't know if there was any effects done to it. I think he's making that voice. Whether or not that's how he actually talks or not, I don't know.
Like, that was it's trippy because the whole time I was watching his mouth trying to match the audio to it. Like, because I couldn't tell if maybe they recorded a voice after the fact or if he was doing that on set or what was going on. But it was, the sound of his voice is distinctly different than the rest.
I imagine it's probably a bit of both, maybe. Probably a
So
little bit.
if anybody's got an answer, I would love to know. Because
Fantastic.
I'm a weird film nerd like that.
Fantastic movie. It was a 9 to a 9.5 for me. Like, I don't necessarily have issues with the movie, but there are things where it's like things that I'm not going to say necessarily pull the movie back, but stop it from being a 10.
Okay.
Is that, like, when it comes, I wish I hadn't watched the second trailer to this movie and not known it was a vampire movie. Because I think that would have made the movie even better, not knowing it was a vampire movie and that shit just happens.
Yeah.
But going into it knowing that it's a vampire movie, like, they keep the vampire stuff super simple,
Yes.
and I think it works, but it doesn't do anything new.
I don't think I needed it to.
I don't know. Yeah, definitely. I don't need it to at all. But I think that's what stops it from being a 10 for me, is that, like, it did everything really good, but it didn't do anything super crazy that I haven't seen before. It didn't shock me in any way. So I think that's the only thing that kind of stops it from being a 10 for me.
See, I have almost the opposite take as far as it not shocking me. It did shock me at how simple they kept the vampires.
Yeah, but they kept them simple. They kept them interesting. The fucking vampire musical part was awesome.
Yep.
I love that so much. That was probably like the main thing that they did crazy that was different, is we had a fucking vampire musical at one point.
Like culty.
This movie's not a musical, though, by the way.
No,
It's
no.
not a musical, but it does pay a lot of tribute and respect to music history as a whole.
Yes.
So very, very good movie.
I would say that there's a heavy influence on the blues, but I'm not going to complain about that. I fucking love the blues.
Listen, Sinners was great, but you, sir, you missed out. You missed out on the movie. Sinners might be the movie of the decade, but you missed out on the movie of the century, my friend.
Okay.
Let me tell you a little bit about this epic banger called Clown in a Cornfield. I say that like it's like I'm being super sarcastic, and I am, but like I'm saying that like I'm about to tear down this movie. I'm not gonna do that. I actually very much enjoyed Clown in a Cornfield. I can't say too much about it because there is like kind of a twist in the middle that's like, huh, okay. Like this movie is predictable to all hell, especially after the twist happens. But like, there is a moment where you go like, huh? There's no way. There's gotta be something else. Oh shit. Okay. So that's what's happening right now. Okay, fuck me. Let's see where this goes. And it becomes all predictable after that point, but it's fine. It's still very enjoyable. I will say, the ending left me a little unfulfilled. But one thing I did not know is that this movie is based off of a book, a very recent book from the year 2020 with 2 sequels. So not a lot of time in between movie and book, but it did make me want to go read the books. So I will probably be doing that. But Clown in the Corn? Yeah, sure. That was Clown in a Cornfield. It's a fun time for me. I'm going to give it a 6.5, possibly a 7. I will say, the teenage characters that you usually are just meat sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are just meat sacks in this movie. I like some of these characters.
Okay.
There's some good character build.
You know what isn't good? I have not seen this film.
Yes.
But you know what isn't good immediately that stands out to me? The name. It sounds like a first draft name.
Oh, dude.
Like, why does that sound like they wrote that on the paper first?
I don't know, but I'm into it.
I think they definitely could have chosen a better name.
Probably. You know what I didn't realize is that so the classic movie The Thing is based off of a book. And another thing I did not know is that it is not the first movie based off of that book, but it's not a remake of another movie.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember what the name of the first movie is, but there's a 1951 movie based off of the exact same book. But The Thing is not a remake of that movie. It's just a different adaptation of the book. There are 2 different film adaptations.
Huh. I had no idea.
I didn't either, but it made me want to go read that book and watch the other movie. So just bring that up because it's movie to book comparison. It matches.
Fuck yeah.
Another movie I watched recently is Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Did you?
I will say, I watched a lot of reviews on it because I want to see other people's take. There are very few YouTube channels I watch now because I want to see what they think of it because I have similar opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this now. Jeremy Johns, love his movie reviews. 3C Films and New Rock Stars. I do also like Dead Meat reviews and like the We Watched a Movie guys. Yeah. But I typically don't necessarily have the same opinion as them all the time.
Right.
So when it comes to like, I want to know what I might think about this movie, those are the 3 channels I typically watch.
Okay.
I will say, like all 3 of them had different opinions. But I'm not going to say any of them are wrong except for New Rock Stars. New Rock Stars called Thunderbolts the best movie since Endgame. I think Eric Voss, as much as I love him to death, is just sucking that Kevin Feige dick. Because it is not the best movie since Endgame. It is very good, though. It is very, very good, but it's not... I don't even know if it's top 5.
Really?
I don't even know if it's top 5 movies since Endgame. Endgame is awesome. Thunderbolts is a great movie. It takes a bunch of side characters from previous movies and a Disney Plus show, and it makes you care about just about every single one of them. I will say some of the characters shine way more than others, but this movie's a very fun fucking time.
Okay.
And it is kind of a tribute to that kind of old school or more style of introducing characters in a Marvel movie. Like, it's not just Disney Plus cog machine kind of feel.
Right.
This movie kind of rules. And it has one of the best post-credit scenes I've ever seen.
Okay.
Just gonna say that too.
So, you being, I would say, a Marvel...
Just call it what it is. Call it what it is. It's a Marvel dick rider. I'm a Marvel dick rider.
Being a Marvel dick rider.
Exactly.
Would you recommend this to someone like me who may not be so?
Yes,
Yeah?
I would actually.
Yeah?
I would.
Okay.
I do think there's movies getting some criticisms that I don't feel are actually deserved.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of criticism for Bucky in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of, like, reviewers and, like, IGN. You know,
Okay.
I used to agree with IGN a lot. Now, IGN can fucking suck a dick. IGN can suck a dick. Don't like their takes anymore.
Okay.
But like, I really like Bucky in my own way in this movie, because it's not super harped on in this movie, but this movie is kind of a metaphor for depression and bipolarism.
Okay.
So there's a scene where people are kind of like revisiting their past, you know.
Yeah.
And we don't see that with Bucky in this movie, and we don't see it with a few characters. But the thing is like, when I look at this, and when I look at Bucky as a whole, we've seen everything we need to see about Bucky's past. We've seen him grow and show that his past doesn't define who he is today, and be his own man. I don't need to see all that revisited in this movie.
Right.
What I do like about this movie is that he is a representation for these other characters who are now going through and experiencing all this. Because there's even a scene in this movie where he's like, hey, I've been where all you guys are. I've been through all of this. Learn from me. So, yeah, I do definitely recommend this movie.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because there's posters all over the inside of my job for it. Because in the movie, one of the characters, is it Bucky that rides the motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay. The motorcycle he's riding is the Harley Davidson Pan America. And so we've been advertising the movie all over the fucking place.
Okay.
So I genuinely didn't want to watch it because I see the poster everywhere. And then, but now hearing how much you liked it and that you would recommend it, I might just check it out.
I'll definitely recommend this movie. Okay. So, I'm gonna give a little spoiler warning here. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I will say, if you do you pay, how much of the credits do you pay attention to? Not the credit scenes, but the credits themselves.
Like the names.
More so on the back end when it gets to like the songs.
I don't typically pay attention to the song unless I hear something that just really got my ear.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you this, so you have a warning.
Okay.
If you look at the soundtrack for the movie, the very last song is a spoiler for the post-credit scene.
Really?
I didn't notice it on first watch. On second watch, I noticed it because it had kind of been pointed out already.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a massive post-credit scene, like post-credits, like at the very end.
Yep.
It's the longest post-credit scene in Marvel history. And it's very much like this might just be a scene from let's just say an upcoming Marvel Avengers movie.
Okay.
Remember like how the end of Ant-Man, like the post-credit scene was just a scene from Civil War?
Yeah.
This feels like that.
Okay.
So, and there's a soundtrack that plays at the very end of this post-credit scene that shows up in the credits before the scene happens. So if you look at the soundtracks, you will have somewhat of a spoiler for the post-credit scene.
Okay.
So fair warning going into it if you want to be surprised.
Fuck yeah. All right.
But all right, I gotta move on because I've been waiting to open up this bad boy. Hey, Wesley Crane, it's time for everyone's new favorite segment.
Yeah.
What you drinking?
I am drinking we talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, or mentioned it anyway, the Rise Grape Kool-Aid flavor. It's pretty damn good. It's really, really accurate to the grape Kool-Aid flavor. I feel like grape Kool-Aid has a different flavor than other artificial grape things.
I was never a great Kool-Aid fan.
I wasn't
Like
either.
as a kid growing up drinking Kool-Aid. You see, there was a war though in my house.
Okay.
There was fruit punch, and then there was tropical punch. And there was a big war between those two flavors. They're not the same.
No, they're not.
I loved them both, but I did have a side that I
Yeah?
liked. Are you a fruit punch man or are you a tropical punch man?
Ooh, okay. I have to set the scene.
Okay.
It's a hot summer day.
Hot summer
I'm
day.
talking you're fucking sweating balls.
Okay.
Nothing else can quench your thirst but a fresh, iced glass of tropical.
Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna set the scene for you. It's 3 a.m. on a fall evening, on a fall night.
Okay.
All right. I've had way too much meatloaf and candy. It's 3 a.m. I woke up. Usually my go-to would be an enormous glass of milk with a lot of strawberry syrup.
Okay.
The milk is gone, and so is the strawberry syrup. Not because they're out, they're just hidden from me. People picked up on my tactics. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make some Kool-Aid. I open it up. There's the usual three.
Yeah.
Lemon lime,
Yep.
grape,
Yep.
and fruit punch.
Yep.
But today, or tonight, I should say, there's a blue packet. And I thought I was a fruit punch man. And then I had this tropical punch with probably an extra cup of sugar.
Yep.
Which in my house, a normal cup was 2. So that's already a lot. So we throw in an extra cup of sugar. We get our spatula out, but we turn it upside down.
Yep.
And we stir. We make the tornado because we're fucking 8 years old.
Yep.
Actually, I think I was like 11. But either way. And then we get one of those quick trip size 64-ounce cups and we pour almost the entire pitcher into it.
Yes.
And we go microwave ourselves some fish sticks. And we turn on 2006 SmackDown vs. Raw Brawl of Panties match. As we're secretly trying to explore about ourselves here. And we take that first sip of tropical punch Kool-Aid. And let's just say I didn't need to play that Brawl and Panties match anymore.
I don't know what it is about tropical punch that I think it's because you get that fruit punch undertone, but then you get like mango and other like exotic flavors on that high tone.
Okay.
Or on the high note of it all, which like, I don't know, it sandwiches perfectly together.
It's so good. It's so good. I forgot I had fish sticks. All right. But we moved on to this segment because I got really thirsty.
Yeah.
So I am drinking, for the first time, I've never tried this before, I am drinking the Black Rifle Zero Sugar Freedom Punch energy drink.
Yes.
Never tried this before? Never had Black Rifle energy.
Nope. Have you ever had their coffee?
No.
Okay.
Never. I've never had Black Rifle anything.
So Black Rifle is actually a coffee company.
Oh shit. Let me crack it open real quick.
Yeah, so Black Rifle's a coffee company.
I'm gonna give that crack a 4 out of 10.
So them coming out with an energy drink was crazy to me.
I will say it smelled like the fruit punch Kool-Aid, but it did not taste that way at all.
There's no artificial colorings on that either.
Oh, okay.
It's completely clear.
Huh. I feel like the flavor's there, but then it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like it disappears when it hits my tongue.
So
Like it's on my tongue and I'm like, oh, there's fruit punch. And then it's gone. I'm like, no, come back, please.
that's one of the ones we have in the vending machine at work.
Okay.
And so I tried it after being recommended it by a listener. After trying that, I decided that next week I'm just going to do the entire lineup and I'm going to try every single one that they make that I can get my hands on.
This was not intentional. I didn't mean to grab like the same energy drink that was, not to say that I don't appreciate the recommendation. This was not intentional. We were
I think it's fucking great that like we were referred that, and the last thing everybody else heard was that I would try it, you would not. You would ignore it all. And here we are.
I would have ignored
You're
the
the one.
recommendation.
You're the one trying it on
You're
your
not.
unaware.
I went into so okay. I had an old classic, an old faithful. I had the grape Welch's Ghost because it's fucking delicious, and I finished it before we started recording.
Right.
So I went into Walmart to get a new energy drink, and I was looking for anything else. Some of me sound like a dick. I was looking for like the Welch's Ghost. I was looking for a cherry limeade prime, or any rain that would have done, and like that Walmart was just out. Any type of C4. A fucking prime energy would like a regular one would have been nice, and I couldn't find anything. So I was like, all right, my choices are Zero Sugar Plain Monster, which is good, White Monster, which is also good, and this. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try something new for the podcast.
You know what's really crazy to me is that the White Monster kind of created its own sub niche flavor
It did.
of energy drink. So much so that like every single person that makes an energy drink or every company that makes an energy drink has tried to make that flavor.
Oh man,
Isn't that wild?
dude. Anyways, thanks for the recommendation, Black Rifle Energy. See, here's the thing. I'm looping all Black Rifle Energy into this because I got Freedom Punch, and I don't like any any kind of punch is my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
So your blue raz, your weird flavors, your original. Probably not going to be better than this.
They have the Arctic cone, and that's supposed to be like the white monster.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it.
So listen,
This is a 4 out of 10.
I drank one the other day.
Okay.
I am gonna try the entire lineup, or at least however many I can get my hands on next week's episode. But my verdict on that was that it tasted like a seltzer water with a little bit more flavor, but not
okay. That's what's
but not enough flavor that I would like really want one of these. You know what I mean?
right. It's like seltzer water, but
Yeah.
with less bite.
Yes.
There's not enough bite to it,
Yeah.
and the flavor's gone too fast.
Yes.
Ah, man.
I will say though, so like something I get off of the Rise energy drinks that I didn't get with that one is that the sugar substitutes that they use in the Rise one like coats the back of my throat a little bit,
Okay.
whereas like that doesn't.
Okay.
So that's something I will give it. Now that's not something that is it's not such a deterrent for me that I'm gonna make that switch, you know what I mean? But it's just something I noticed.
Well, I appreciate the accidental recommendation. It's probably that one guy.
I'm gonna
It's the one guy that's also the one guy in every other category. He's the one guy that likes hearing me talk about books.
Yep.
The one guy that probably likes hearing me talk about Marvel.
Yep. He's the guy.
Dude, I talked about Marvel and I didn't get to do my intro. Now I'm sad.
That's okay, because we have a top 25 list to get through.
What?
Yep, we do.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Now, you made the post, correct?
I did.
Okay. So what was the post?
Fill in the blank. Top 25 blank. And then we were assaulted with random shit.
There was a lot of them.
It was the people spoke.
The
And by
people did
I
speak.
mean like 2 people said like 8 things. Yeah, top 25 hot takes. Top 25 cereal.
Listen, there were several of them that sounded appetizing.
Appetizing. Top 25 fast food items.
The one we landed on, though,
Yep,
I feel like is a great one to start with.
it is.
Because we're diving into the top 25 superheroes.
Superheroes.
That's not Marvel. That's not DC. That's everything.
okay. And let's just say, I forgot to mention this at the top. This is our 25th episode.
It is.
That's why we decided to do this.
Yes.
25 episodes of bullshit.
Yes.
Who'd have thunk we would have made it so far?
All the bullshit. You know that like 80% of podcasts that start don't make it past like 10 episodes?
I think you said that on episode 10.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is so crazy.
So the fact
we
that
are.
we're 25 in.
We're a quarter
Pretty
to
great.
100.
Yes.
We're gonna make it.
Yes.
We're gonna be bigger than Joe Rogan.
Well. Hey guys, if you're enjoying all the bullshittery, there's no better way to show your support than by heading over to parabellampro.com. Whether you're into comfortable hoodies, classic tees, or rocking a hat that just gets people asking questions, we've got you covered. Check out the Glaze Me collection as well as the Heterosexual Life Mate collection and slip into something a little less appropriate. Only at parabellampro.com. Now back to the episode.
So yes, you and I, we have come together and we have made a top 25 list of superheroes.
Yes.
We each made separate lists.
Yep.
We kind of based them on whatever we separately chose to base our list on.
Yep.
I will say mine are based on how much I like these characters, who's my favorite, who made the best impression on me, who was I feeling at the time that I made this list.
Yeah.
I will also say, like, the top 5 to 10 are kind of like, okay, yeah, these are my number 1s and 2s, whatever. There's a point we're in the middle. I'd say from like number 9 to number 22, where it's like, I just started throwing people in there, kind of, that I knew, that I know I like, that I wanted to be on this list. I didn't really order them all that well, but they're kind of in the general area. Like, 15 through 20 are probably 15 through 20. Just, I don't know if they're in, which one's 15 and which one's 20. They're all kind of in that order, though, but I'm not going to change a thing. What did you base your list off of?
So, okay, something that I think is important to kind of point out is that throughout this process of listening to each of our top 25s, they're going to learn a little bit about us as people.
Okay.
Something they're going to take a little bit of a look into our childhood, I feel like.
Okay.
Because Your list is, I would dare say, predominantly Marvel.
Oh, yes.
Okay. My list is predominantly DC.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've got 2 DC characters on my list.
Okay, I have more than 2 Marvel characters, but
I've got 2.
my list is predominantly DC.
I've got 2 Marvel or not. I got 2 DC characters, and I've got 1 who's not DC or Marvel.
I think I've got 3. So
I had originally more. I decided, I'm gonna say this right now. Spoilers. I took the Ninja Turtles off.
okay.
I was gonna put some Ninja Turtles. I was gonna put Raph and Leo. I decided not to.
But they didn't make my cut either. It's okay.
I'm not gonna give all of my honorable mentions right now, but they are honorable mentions. Shout out to the Ninja Turtles. Fucking love the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, so who should go first?
We gotta base it off of penis size.
Okay, a solid 2.
You know what? I think on a normal day, I'm less than that. But when I get hard,
I'm talking diagonally.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
How about you just go first? Okay. Let's just.
Okay, so we're gonna run this backwards. We're gonna go 25 all the way to 1.
Yes.
Number 25, Simon Bellamy. He's a character on the show Misfits. If you haven't seen Misfits yet, get on Hulu and watch Misfits.
I have not seen Misfits.
The first
I don't know what that is.
the first 4 seasons are fucking awesome.
Okay.
So yeah. Number 24, Nathan Young from Misfits. He's one of the main characters of the show, and I think he's just the right balance of dickheadery
Okay.
and hilariousness.
Okay.
Plus, he doesn't really find out his power until like he leaves the show. So
Okay.
that's pretty fun.
Should we do one more lap around the Warren and then start heading back?
Sure.
Okay. Because I forgot we also have another thing after this, but go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Number 23, we got Nightcrawler.
Ooh.
Yeah, coming out with a left fielder.
What the fuck that guy say?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think somebody yelled at us.
Oh, cat calling.
Oh. You know what? You know what? We have 2 very different perspectives. Because my instinct was like, "Fuck you, redneck," and
Your instinct was like, he wants to see the crane hole.
Your instinct was like, "Hey, girl, you want to see my crane hole?" Okay, so number 20,
Okay.
23 was Nightcrawler.
23 is Nightcrawler. 22, Punisher.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love that.
21, Raven.
Ooh.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you talking like Teen Titans Raven?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see. Number 20, we got Blade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Blade. Number 19, Captain America.
Okay.
Number 18, Peacemaker.
Ooh.
Because he would say, fuck Captain America.
Fuck Captain America. Actually, I think he said fuck Batman.
He did say fuck Batman. We'll get to Batman. Number 17, we got Wolverine. Number
Okay.
16, only fitting, Deadpool.
Okay.
After Deadpool, at number 15, we got Daredevil.
Okay.
14, Beast Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Love me some Beast Boy. Number 13, we got Superman, specifically Henry Cavill's
Okay.
Superman. Have to stress that enough. I felt like Cavill's Superman was perfect. It was like a perfect balance of that, like, I want peace and justice, to also
Okay.
like, people should be afraid of him and if he were to snap.
Okay.
Because there were a few points he did.
Okay.
Number 12, we got Lucifer.
Oh,
Yeah. Believe it or not, Lucifer's a DC character.
I know that.
Yeah.
So is God.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
So Lucifer makes the list at number 12. Number 11, I got Damian Wayne's Robin.
Oh.
Specifically Damian Wayne. At number 10, we got another Robin coming in at Nightwing.
Oh.
You know, Dick Grayson. Let's see. At number 9, we're at the top 10 here.
Okay.
So number 9, I got the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
The one I immediately envision is the Edward Norton Hulk. But I suppose that can just go for any one that was titled The Incredible Hulk.
I'm taking one person off my list. He's not my 25, but I'm taking him off my list because I'm adding somebody else that I forgot to add.
Okay.
But no, go ahead, continue.
At number 8, we have Venom.
Ooh.
At number 7, Thor. Number 6, we have Red Hood. Let's see. Here's where it's going to get fun. The top 5. These are the ones that, so for my list, I strategically put the top 5, and then just kind of listed
Okay,
afterward.
for sure.
So the top 5 are the ones that I strategically placed in these positions for a reason. Number 5, Spawn.
Oh my God. I forgot about Spawn and I did not list him. Dude, that was my favorite movie.
Yes.
Like,
I just recently,
fucking so much of my life.
I just recently went back and watched it. It still holds up.
I love that movie so much.
Still
I cannot add him to my list. I can't make any more changes. I just made one change because I wanted to put someone on my list when I first started thinking about this list, and I forgot. So, but I'm not gonna make any more changes. But God damn it, Spawn.
Spawn.
Love Spawn.
Number 4, Hancock.
Hancock. Yeah.
Number 3, Spider-Man.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, here we go. And number 2 and number 1 go hand in hand, but I have a strong argument for why the other one makes number 1.
Okay.
So number 2, we have Batman.
Okay.
And the number 1 goes to Iron Man.
Oh. Okay.
The reason Iron Man edges him out is solely because I believe that Tony Stark is a smarter individual and is more ruthless than Batman is willing to get.
I thought you were gonna say because Batman's a pussy,
No.
just like John Cena. That's what I was
No.
gonna say.
But I believe that, like, Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne are essentially the same fucking character. They're super smart. They have all the riches and technology. I just think that Iron Man is willing to blast somebody's face off well before Batman's willing to.
Okay.
However, Batman does kind of get a couple bonus points for aesthetics.
Okay.
Because, black on black's kind of fucking awesome. I do have a couple honorable mentions. These are not DC or Marvel characters.
Okay.
This is just because, I mean, this is BS with Tommy and Wes. A little bit of bullshittery goes a long way. So my honorable mentions are Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
I love it. I love it.
Shout out to Bikini Bottom.
Shout out to Bikini Bottom. All right. So, all right, mine. I love that. All right, I feel like, oh no, okay. I'm not gonna get my honorable mentions out the way first, even though there are some big ones that are missing from this list. My number 25, and he barely made the cusp. Like I said, it was down to him and 3 other people.
Okay.
And I barely put this gentleman on here. And even when I just now took somebody off, I still kept him on because I genuinely really, he was always in the back of my mind when I was thinking about this. Is Shang-Chi.
I thought about him when I was making my list.
I didn't know shit about Shang-Chi until that movie. But that movie is so... I love that movie. I think it is the most underrated movie since Endgame that's come out.
Yeah, I'll agree.
I remember you messaged me after you watched Shang-Chi, and you was like, I have a new favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. My number 24. This was the spot that got switched. And my number 24 is Rocket.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you're not gonna like the person I took. You're not gonna like that I took off who I took off.
Okay.
I will say, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. The person who I took off my list was Venom. Venom was number 24. And I took him off my list for Rocket. And I had to say that because as soon as I said I took somebody off my list, you were like, okay, cool. 19 Venom. so I took off Venom. But number 24 is Rocket. My number 23 is Storm.
Okay.
I love Storm from the animated series, from the 90s show, from X-Men 97, all the way to Halle Berry, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah. My number 22 is my first DC character. It's Aquaman. I got Barnacle Boy too. What's up? No, it's Aquaman because I really like Jason Momoa is my funny bone.
Yeah.
But he also just looks so badass, and I just love. I don't know. It just works for me. Jason Momoa as Aquaman just fucking works for me. It's Fishman.
Am I the only one that seems to think that Jason Momoa, no matter, like, unless he is playing Aquaman, he just looks like a fucking goober? Like, he looks like a fucking goober.
I think it's because he just is a goober.
Unless he's playing Aquaman, and then he looks like a straight badass.
I just love it, dude. My number 21 is Star-Lord.
Okay.
My number 20 was your number 21. I just had to point that out because we were so close to having one that was the same. I don't think we came out with one that was the same, but we were so close to this one. My number 20 is Raven. So I was having trouble. So I guess I have more. I have more DC characters on here than I thought. I forgot because I love. This is specifically from the Teen Titans cartoon when I was a child and the comic books. The only comic books I ever read were Teen Titans comic books. And like they were more like adult based as well.
Yeah.
So, loved Raven. Number 19, Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Love Bucky, especially from that movie. Number 18, this probably seems very low for this character. It's Iron Man.
Okay.
Here's the thing, right? Before I keep going on, these are 25 characters. In Marvel alone, there are over 2,000 predominant Marvel characters. Like, there are 8,000 characters overall that have names.
Right.
Probably even more now. But there are over 2,000 predominant characters. And we're taking 25 heroes in general.
Yeah.
Number 18 of fucking thousands is pretty good. Number 17 is Ghost Spider, also known as Gwen Stacy. Spider-Gwen.
Yes.
I fell in love with that character in the latest Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah?
Yep.
So why did the later Spider-Verse
I don't
movie
know.
go for
Just,
you?
I really liked that Across the Spider-Verse movie, and that character is a big reason why. I don't really know how to explain it. Just, I don't know. Like, I just love that character. I fell in love with that character. Like, I want to give her a hug. My number 16 is Robin, specifically Dick Grayson, and specifically from the Teen Titans show.
Okay.
I just really love that Teen Titans show. It's funny, yes, but it was mainly because like that show in general is like, I don't know, it was my introduction to like heartfelt story, I guess.
Yeah.
There are episodes that make me want to cry.
Dude, the animation style in that show is also just fucking on point.
Yes. My number 15 is Rogue,
Okay.
from specifically the cartoon, the 90s cartoon and X-Men 97.
Okay.
That is. I'm joking. Number 14 is very, very, what's the word? Appropriate, because it's Gambit.
Okay.
Also from the cartoon, and Channing Tatum. Oh, I'm about to make a name of myself. Number 13 is Deadpool. Number 14, it's not a superhero from Marvel or DC. It's the only one I have on here. It's the Green Power Ranger. Love Tommy Oliver, bro. Also the White Ranger, technically, but yeah. I love just Tommy Oliver. Number 11, and we're gonna. There's a couple on this from 11 up that is a little bit recency bias. Punisher,
Okay.
specifically John Bernthal.
Okay.
I have seen other Punisher movies. I have seen Thomas Jane. Is that the one where he fights Kevin Nash?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that one, and I've seen breakdowns of the other ones. But John Bernthal is Punisher to me.
For sure.
And I think that actor is just the best actor of all those actors that's ever played him. Number 10 is White Widow. Also recency bias. White Widow is the sister of Black Widow. It is Yelena from the Black Widow movie, from the Hawkeye show, and most recently from Thunderbolts. And like, I think it was Thunderbolts that really pushed her over the edge, that she would not have been on this list without that movie. And she cracked top 10 because of it.
Okay.
And specifically because of that performance that Florence Pugh gives. Number 9 is Doctor Strange. Now, here's the thing. Doctor Strange in that first movie, don't really care about.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in Infinity War goes fucking hard.
You know, I didn't even think about Doctor Strange when putting my list together.
It's specifically, I don't know what it is. It's like the moment Thanos shows up on Titan, and then they have that conversation before the fighting starts.
Yeah.
And then he just stands up and goes, I think you'll find our world equal to yours. And it's like, oh, like I got chills. And then there's the whole, when they fail to get the gauntlet off, so now everybody's just got to try to 1v1 this guy. And then you get that fight scene between Doctor Strange and Thanos. And it's fucking epic. I don't know. Just that scene alone is just like, puts Doctor Strange up for me. Also, Multiverse of Madness was fun. Number 8. This is a shocker probably to a lot of people. It's Nebula.
Ooh.
I loved Nebula. In game, specifically, like the scenes between her and Tony Stark in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And just her when she goes back to get the stone, and her in Guardians Volume 3 specifically. The performance she gives, like this, I don't even want to try to describe it, but just go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and just watch for Nebula. Number 7, it's the final non-Marvel character on this list, is Batman. And here's the thing. It's not from any of the movies.
Okay.
It is specifically from the games.
Yeah.
I love all the Arkham games.
Okay.
I love Batman. Don't care about Batman from any of the cartoons. I like the movies, but they're nothing groundbreaking to me except for The Dark Knight. But could be argued that, like, I do like Christian Bale's Batman, but it could be argued that movie's so great because of the Joker.
Hey, you know what, Tommy? I just had a bright idea. What if next week we hopped on Gotham Knights together and we did the podcast live?
Ooh.
Playing Gotham Knights.
I have Gotham Knights. I played it once, and I didn't really like it that much. But I will play it with you online, and we could do the podcast like that.
Maybe not next episode, but let's plan an episode
Let's
for that.
do that. Yeah, 100%.
I'm down. Wait, let us know what you guys think about that, because I'm interested to see if anybody else would be down for like a live stream podcast set.
Yes. Number 6, this is very recency biased. It's Daredevil.
Okay.
I recently watched all of it. I watched all of it. Born Again was fucking awesome. It just, Charlie Cox's performance is that. It's crazy. All right, we're into the top 5.
Okay.
We're in it.
Yes.
All right. Number 5 is the Hulk. Now, I told you beforehand, up until Infinity War, the Hulk was my favorite character.
Right.
And then he got his dick pushed in by Thanos. And we have not seen that Hulk since.
Right.
And it's depressing. We are in 2025. It's been 7 years, and my boy has not come back to me. It's very upsetting. But still, I love the Hulk. Number 4 is Blade.
Yes.
Much higher on my list than it was yours.
Yes.
Dude. The Blade movie saved Marvel from bankruptcy back in the day.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Wesley Snipes was my favorite actor for a long time, too. So, love those movies. Number 3 is Wolverine. It's just so consistent how good that character is across the board. Movies, comics, and show. That character is amazing through and through.
Yeah.
My number 2. Number 1 and 2 were very hard for me. My number 2 is Thor.
Okay.
Because Thor post Infinity War, pre-Endgame was number 1. And it's specifically because of his character. Here's the thing. A lot of these characters are really like in certain movies because of, I feel like it's a director's thing.
Could be.
I don't know if it's a character thing or an actor thing. But like the Russo brothers directing Thor and Doctor Strange, I love way more than I do those characters in their own movies.
Okay.
Because everyone loves Thor Ragnarok.
Sure.
It's a good movie, but I'm not super into it. I love serious Thor.
Yeah.
I'm not into comic Thor. Now, like, I could be, like, so serious that it's funny. Like, because that's kind of what it is in Infinity War. But the scene where he shows up in Wakanda and he fucking hits the whole "bring me Thanos" line. That scene hit me so much that I got fucking Stormbreaker tattooed on me. Like, that's how much that fucking shit hit me. My number 1, it should probably not be a surprise if you've been paying attention at all. It's Spider-Man. Listen, there's not a bad version of Spider-Man anywhere that you look. There's not a bad show. There's not a bad game. There's not a bad movie.
Buddy.
Even if there is a bad movie per se, there's not a bad Spider-Man himself.
I'm sure if you searched Pornhub hard enough, you could find.
What do you mean? Those are the best ones. You thought I was saying this because of Toby or Andrew? Hell no. I'm saying this because of Dick McGuire. No, dude. Fuck, it's fucking Spider-Man. It's gotta be Spider-Man, bro. Like, consistently. That fucking character hits every time. Tobey Maguire, goat shit. Not literal goat shit. Like, he's the goat. Andrew Garfield, the best probably Peter Parker ever. Tom Holland, fucking killing it. Through and through. And he just gets fucking better. He gets fucking better.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man games on PlayStation, hard as fuck.
Hard as fuck.
Old and new.
Yeah.
Awesome. You ever watched a Spider-Man show that you didn't like? I haven't. I'm just saying. Bro, it is consistent.
Maybe the Spider-Man and Friends.
Oh, the kids one?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe that one.
Spidey, go Spider,
But
spin.
that's really it.
One where fucking what's that? What's that rock band that does the intro for that song?
I have no clue.
It's one of the more famous rock bands. Audra listens, or shit, duck noises. Party kid listens to them all the time. But John, dude, it's fucking Spider-Man. It's fucking Spider-Man, bro. It's gotta be Spider-Man, bro. Bro, like I can watch No Way Home right now, 4 years later, and still get chills.
I watched No Way Home a couple months ago and thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's not even that I enjoy it. It's like I get like goosebumps.
Like
I've watched that movie double digits times now.
I'm a weird person where I don't like watching the same movie in close proximity. Cause like I just don't. I'm not like that with movies.
Right.
Unless they are just phenomenal. Like I said with Sinners earlier. Like I wanted to watch that one almost immediately after again.
So I won't do it out of a theater, like what you're saying, close proximity.
Yeah.
But I can watch a movie in theaters multiple times.
I don't know that I ever have.
Dude. Right now, I probably the 2014 Ninja Turtles movie probably holds that record. I think I watched it like 7 times in the theater.
Oh, I take that back. I've watched the Harry Potter films multiple times in theaters.
Okay.
Yeah.
What could he have been on this list?
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
He's not a superhero.
You're right. He's a cuck. Oh no, but yeah, but those are our lists.
Yes.
Those are our lists.
Yes.
Tell us in the comments who had the better list. Who had it?
Or if you have any superheroes that maybe we forgot that you think belong on a top 25 list.
Oh yeah, fucking honorable mentions.
Yes.
Forgot. So some honorable mentions of mine. Beast Boy and Starfire.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Cyborg. Cyborg was never that guy for me.
Yeah. I had the same thought.
Nightcrawler was definitely one. Scarlet Witch was one that I heavily debated putting on this list.
Okay.
Like she was one that I was contemplating from 10 all the way down to 25.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and she just couldn't make the cut. Like I said, Venom was on my list at one point, took him off. There are a lot. The Ninja Turtles, like I said. Captain America did not make my list. But Winter Soldier did. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not into the Boy Scout aspect of it. But again, Captain America in Infinity War and Endgame, I love him to death. I love the Russo brothers. Maybe that's who should be number 1 on this list is the Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers.
Yeah. We should do a top 25 villains.
Top 25 villains?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 25 villains.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm down for that.
100%. Previously on Wrestling Survivor. The rich get poorer and Dalton gets grimier.
Okay.
I don't know. That was on the spot, bro. The Scorny get scornier.
Scorny get scornier.
Yeah. On the previous episode of Wrestling Survivor, it was literally just a continuation, it felt like. Ever since they were able to vote out Justin Lee, it was kind of just like, all right, we're going to pick off that whole group. Dalton Gray won immunity, and then they just picked off the next rich guy, Alex Royal. He was gone. See you later. Sayonara. Which brings us to the final 7. These 7 remaining contestants. That's a 1 in 7 chance of getting the bullshit basket.
Yes.
We have Stormy Renee. We have Dalton Gray. We have that guy, Red Chambers. We have Jacob Lindsay. We have Eddie Lebon. We have Tatum Manning, and we have Derek James. We got 7 guys left. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. They're like in that 30 days plus mark where they've been on this island. They're fucking sick of this shit.
Yeah.
How do you think everybody's faring on a survival aspect? Because obviously there's been a lot of game going on.
Yeah.
A lot of strategic, a lot of alliances and tribe alliances and backstabbings.
Yes.
How are they doing from a survival aspect? Who is dying of hunger right now?
Eddie's got to be dying.
Eddie is so... How has Eddie made it? Shout out to Eddie Levon, bro.
I genuinely think he's just making it on smiles.
Yeah?
Like, he's just smiling his way through shit.
He has been depressed since day 9. And he is somehow still on this.
Yeah.
He's still in this. He's been the key vote several times as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are currently walking back home, by the way, so that's why you're hearing more and more cars, if you hear them. But, man, okay. So, there is still a strong alliance.
Yep.
Stormy Renee, Eddie Levon,
Yep.
Derek James, Tatum Manning, Red Chambers. Dalton kind of swapped over and it worked out for him once.
Yeah.
And now he's on the outs. Same with kind of Jacob. Jacob has been gunning for Tatum
Yes.
for like a week straight now. So we're going to just jump right into immunity. No reward again this week. They're surviving on their own right now. There's no rewards right now.
Yeah.
Not since that yacht. So we're going to jump right into immunity. Here's the deal. We have, let's say, like a 30-foot pole. 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Each contestant gets their own pole. They all have a ladder. What they got to do is climb the ladder and then just hug this pole. There are 3 sections about, 10 feet apart, basically,
Okay.
where there's like a rope. There's not like a foothold, but there is a little bit of rope and it's tied around the poles that they can kind of try to stand on, hook themselves on. Doesn't really work that well.
Okay.
Once all 7 contestants go up and grab their pole, the ladders are removed. And it says, who can fucking hold on to this pole without falling off? Instantly, Eddie's gone.
Yeah. He's out.
I probably should have rolled to see if he fucking breaks an ankle on the way down. But we're not going to do that. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Just say he slides down and gets a lot of splinters
Yeah.
on this wooden pole. So Eddie's gone. He's not holding onto this pole for that long.
No way.
Who's standing out to you right now? You got Stormy, Derek. Jacob Lindsay's probably not holding on for very long either.
No, probably not.
Unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
So we got Stormy, Derek, Tatum, Red, and Dalton.
I think Derek's probably got a pretty good stronghold.
Oh yeah, he's got jacked arms.
Yeah. Dude's got next level arms.
And he doesn't have like a massive chest getting in the way either.
No. No. He can just hang.
He can just hang on there. Dalton's a little spider monkey.
Yep. I think Stormy's probably a strong contender.
At least she's got strong legs.
Yeah.
So she can squeeze with those thighs.
Yep.
But the second those thighs go, I think she's gone.
Yep.
I don't think she's got great grip strength.
Nope. Probably not.
Jacob's not lasting. Eddie's gone. Jacob's gone. I think Stormy might be the next to go. I think she's got great leg strength, but I think it's going to give out slightly.
Yeah.
And once she starts to slide, I don't think there's no stopping.
No, because
I don't think she can stop on the other rope sections on the way down. I think it's just once she starts to go, it's a straight shot down.
well, not to mention, as she slides down, she's going to be getting splinters in her legs.
Yeah. So I think she kind of starts to slide and it just kind of gives up and falls off.
Yeah.
So Dalton, Derek, Tatum, and Red.
I think Tatum's next.
I think Tatum's next to go as well.
Yeah.
I think this comes down to Dalton and Derek.
I think so too.
I don't think Red holds on for that long. I think Red can survive a long time on each section,
Yeah.
but he's consistently
He's
sliding
dropping.
further down.
Yeah.
I think him and Tatum both get to a point where they're hovering maybe 5 feet above the ground,
Yeah.
and they're just holding on for dear life, and it's just not working out. I think it comes down to Derek and Tatum, who are still probably at the top of this pole too, holding on.
Derek and Dalton.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I said.
You definitely said Tatum.
I did it. You can't prove that. It's not like you have recorded proof or anything.
Nope.
I think it's coming to Derek and Dalton. There's no temptations, by the way, on this.
Yeah. It's just it's immunity.
It's just for immunity, bro.
Yeah.
It's what I don't know if I could pick between these guys. Cause I feel like Dalton doesn't have as much size as Derek, so he's not holding on with as much weight.
No.
But he's not as strong as Derek is either.
No.
So
I think it
comes down to who mentally wants this more.
In all honesty, I think Derek has it in physical stature.
Yeah.
But Dalton is really holding on to the fact that he is on the outs right now.
He is on the outs. Derek also hasn't had any weed in a while now.
Right.
And he's kind of losing his shit here. I think this challenge goes for hours.
Yeah.
3 to 4 hours.
They're there.
Yeah. I think eventually Derek just is I'm not on the chopping block tonight, so I don't really need this as much.
Right.
And I think Dalton wins this immunity.
And Derek just lets go.
I think Derek just kind of lets go. And Dalton saves his own ass. The second week in a row.
Yes.
He's pulled 2 weeks out, 2 out in a row. And he's not any sort of challenge beast or anything.
No, he's a grimy one, but he's a slippery one.
He's a grimy, slippery little bastard. Dalton Gray
Yes.
wins immunity for the second week in a row.
Crazy.
Crazy. we go back to camp. How are things like? How is it looking?
I don't know that anybody's really talking to each other.
Okay.
I think,
We do have a 5-man alliance.
yeah.
Jacob is kind of on the outs. Does Red... Okay, what is Jacob's move? Because Jacob and Red are still cool.
Right.
He just wants Tatum out. What is Jacob's play here?
I think he's just kind of watching from afar right now.
Okay.
Like, he's not really making a whole lot of moves. He's just kind of pondering his next move.
But what is his next move? Because he's kind of on the chopping block right now because we have a 5-man alliance.
Yeah.
Dalton's immune.
Yeah.
It leaves Jacob Lindsay.
It does leave Jacob.
So he's got to act. He's got to go to Red somehow. Red is his only link. Because he was a part of the alliance that was getting out the weak people.
Do you
But now
think
he's
that
letting the outs?
maybe he goes to Red and he's kind of pleading like, hey man, like, look around. Like, they're about to fucking get me. Like, we got to band together numbers. We got to get as many people to make sure I don't go home, blah, 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 blah. And then he lets Red talk to Tatum, and then they talk to Dalton because they realize Dalton's on the out just to get numbers.
But is Red going for it though? Because they've been butting heads. Like, they're still cool, but they've been butting heads over Tatum and the apples.
Yeah.
Can't forget about the apples.
Yeah, but they're not like, it's not like they completely distrust Jacob.
I
You know
think
what I
Tatum
mean?
completely distrusts Jacob.
Tatum probably does completely distrust him. Tatum's probably super hesitant about the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, I could even hear Tatum being like, "No, fuck him. Let him vote him out."
Yeah.
So,
And I don't know. This is a tough one for Jacob, man. This is gonna be a tough one.
yeah.
Because here's the thing. He could convince Red to not vote him out, but who would Red have to vote for at that point? Because he's in an alliance with everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's a hard sell.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, who could he get him to vote for? And would it even make a difference? Because you can get Dalton and Jacob, and if they can convince Red to vote for somebody else, who are they going to, like, they would still need one more person. And I don't think Tatum is going to vote for anybody whose name isn't Jacob.
Yeah, no. Tatum's
And
definitely
Stormy,
Jacob.
Stormy, Derek, and Eddie are tight.
Yeah.
Because it was those three versus the world at one point.
Right.
So, unfortunately, I think they just take out Jacob.
They take out Jacob.
I think he scrambles. He tries. Maybe they convince them to try to vote for Eddie. Red takes his argument to Tatum. And he's like, that guy's been a swing vote this whole time. He's been a wild card. We kind of got to get him out of here. And it just doesn't work. I think it's 3 on Eddie and 4 on Jacob.
And Jacob's gone just like that. You think on the way out, he's like, fine, fuck it. I ate the apples.
Yeah, he's like, those apples were great.
Think he's finally admitting it on his
Does
way
he
out.
admit it, or does he try to just double down? And they're like,
He's like, I didn't do it.
y'all voted me out, and you still got the guy that ate all those apples. Then I think he's like, nah, all right, I ate the apples, guys.
Just fucking doubles down on her.
Which one? Does he double down, or does he just admit? I'll let you decide. I'm not letting Jacob decide, though, when he fucking calls me again tomorrow night.
He definitely admits. He's like, fine, fuck it. I ate the apples.
Yep, those apples were fucking good. And you know who told me to do it? Was Eddie. No, I'm joking.
He's like, apples are fucking good. Tatum's a pussy. And he's just like, wait.
What the fuck did that come from? I don't think Jacob...
He's fucking leaves like that.
Listen, we all know Jacob Lindsay doesn't know what pussy tastes like. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I love you, Jacob. But I think that does it, bro. Bro, we're down to the final 6.
We are.
We're down to the final 6 for Survivor.
Yes.
Holy shit. Dalton Gray is on the outs right now. Red Chambers, I think, is going to start playing for himself.
I think so.
I think he's going to start really putting some pieces together. I think Derek, Stormy, and Eddie are still going to be tight.
Yep.
I think they're having conversations of like, oh yeah, it's us and Red in the final 4, but then it's us in the final 3.
Right.
So I think Red is going to start really trying to put some shit together here. Is it too little too late, though? I don't know. We'll have to find out next week on Wrestling Survivor.
Yeah. So, Tommy, where can the people find you?
Oh, dude, then in your trash cans, just not looking for anything, just kind of hanging out,
Chilling.
just waiting until your lights go out, just making sure you're safe. Dude, I mean, you can find me on social media as at the Tommy Dean Pro or Tommy Dean 32 or any kind of mixture of those words on any of the socials. You can get your own self Tommy Dean merch at the Tommy Dean shop.bigcartel.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any shows coming up?
No.
Really?
Nothing really. I mean, I'll probably be at the Ryder Cup. I'm not in the Ryder Cup, but I'll probably be at the Ryder Cup.
Okay.
So, whatever that is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, go check out Bizarre Underground on May 16th at Spaded and Jaded Tattoo in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm not saying I'm going to be there, but definitely go check that out because it's going to be fucking insane.
Absolutely. It's the first underground, too.
Yeah, May 18th, I will be in Springdale, Arkansas for Diamond State Wrestling's Clash of Diamonds event. As always, you can subscribe and follow me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at I Am Wesley Crane. Grab yourself some super sick merch, hoodies, hats, digital downloads. It's all available at www.iamwesleycrane.com. And with all of that being said, we will see you.
We will see you.
Maybe.
We'll see you.
We'll
hear you at least.
Well, they'll hear us.
Well, you're right.
On the next one.
Hey Wes, do you remember the first ever outro line we ever did for this? The first, like, one zip liner?
No, actually, I don't.
Good, because it's a good time to remind you, chicken nuggets are back at Taco Bell right now. We're going right now to get some.
Dude, we have to wrestle. I mean, our alter egos have to wrestle. This is bullshit.
This is such bullshit.